What's going on, guys? Welcome to Clutch B-Ball. I hope you guys are having an amazing day or night. And today I've decided to have Knicks Clicks back, as he made a video called A Knicks Fan's Perspective, and I agreed with him 110%, as I decided to put out my outlook on how much hate the Knicks fans get, really, when it's literally not our fault whatsoever, or just the Knicks hate in general. I get it, James Dolan is a terrible owner, but there's also terrible NBA teams out there that don't get the hate they deserve. So no further ado, let's get into my Knicks fans' perspective. As the Knicks hate only happens, in my opinion, because it's a big market. And for some reason, people like to see our fans miserable. If we ended up with the first pick of the draft, fans would still hate on it and be like, LaMelo Ball won't be good. But if it was any other team, they would say he's going to be a future superstar, when clearly we had a good player that performed very well at an all-star level of Kristaps Porzingis. I get it, he's not on the team anymore, but we could still draft a player and they end up producing very well, and Kristaps Porzingis is an example of that. We ended up having one of the greatest stars of all time of Patrick Ewing, having a guy like Walt Frazier and Willis Reed. Yes, I get it, the Knicks have not been successful in a while. We haven't made the playoffs since 2013, but the team that actually holds the longest streak for not making the playoffs is the Sacramento Kings, as they haven't made it since 2006. I was literally 2 years old. Like, it really annoys me when NBA fans bash Knicks fans, not the franchise, when it's not our fault at the end of the day. The team isn't good. And we have won 2 NBA championships. They were a long time ago in 1970 and 1973, having Willis Reed, Dave DeBusschere, Walt Frazier, and even damn Phil Jackson was an NBA player. But we still, at the end of the day, won 2 NBA championships. While the Hornets get hate, but it's not even close to the hate the Knicks get. People like on ESPN, or just in general, just bring up the Knicks for clicks and attention, when there's other organizations in reality that have made bad moves and have had bad luck for a while, like the Phoenix Suns, the Sacramento Kings, the Atlanta Hawks, also a team like the Minnesota Timberwolves, and you could even throw in a team like the Orlando Magic. And yes, none of those teams have won an NBA championship, but the Knicks always get brought up in the discussion because it's New York and it's a big market. You get a lot of attention for absolutely every little move. Like I said, if we end up with the first overall pick and we drafted Zion Williamson in the 2019 NBA draft, people will just pick out the flaws of the whole Knicks organization instead of talking about Zion Williamson, and they're just going to say Zion Williamson's a bust just because it's the New York Knicks. As the Cavs were projected the second pick in the draft this year, as they get number 5, but of course we're going to talk about the Knicks dropping to 8, which was a big possibility. It makes no sense, you just sound dumb. The Cavs literally had higher odds of getting the first pick and they don't talk about it. But the Knicks, just because they're the Knicks, people are going to react like they had a high chance of getting the first pick in the draft when their odds were really low. And in my opinion, I 110% agree with Knicks Click. I think the Knicks hate is absolutely blown out of proportion because we're this big market, when there's tons of NBA teams out there that have had terrible owners and they've made terrible moves throughout the years, and some of these teams don't even have NBA championships. Let me know down below your thoughts and analysis, and as always, guys, have a humble day or night. Peace out, y'all.